What a great afternoon we have to enjoy this together, right? Just want to welcome everybody. Last week, on the 21st of April, we celebrated our 50th anniversary. It's a remarkably important time for our company, and we're just so thankful, so grateful to have you here this afternoon, because today we're going to break ground on a pretty important place, a place that's going to really serve us well for progress in the next 50 years. So we are very excited to have you here to share this landmark moment with us today. I'd like to start by acknowledging just a few people. First, I'm just looking at a few ladies in the front row. Jon Knochenmus, Lou Galbraith, Mindy Knochenmus, three of our four first ladies of Ralco, and I'd ask you not to underestimate these ladies and their impact on the business through their prayer and their patience with their husbands. It's just been a remarkable impact that they've had on the business. So thank you, ladies. Love you. Mayor Bob Burns, I saw him walking around here. Thank you, sir, and your support. The Marshall community has just been outstanding. It's just been such a great pleasure to work with the city of Marshall, Lyon County, SMSU, of course. I know there's several. I see several SMSU folks out there. Thank you guys for supporting us today. And then all of the Ralco folks, especially the ones that prepared the campus here for what we get to enjoy today. Just a remarkable amount of work in a very short period of time went on. And if I start naming names, I'm going to get in trouble. But you'll see many of the Ralco people that invested a great deal in this here for the last couple of weeks. So I'd like to just continue by thanking all of you. I mean, it's just remarkable to me to see the amount of people here today. And, my grandfather, just this moment in time as I'm looking around, seeing some of the faces, this reminds me of a statement that my grandfather, Bob Galbraith, said so often, and that was that people buy from people. And what an important thing that has been on the culture of this business, how that impacts Ralco and our community and our customers. Just a great thing for us to just pursue and continue to go after as a business, because people do buy from people, and people work for people. I work for my kids. I work for my family and friends, and I know all of you do as well. People encourage people, and for us, we work really hard to demonstrate a high regard for people in this business. So it's really awesome to have this farm dedicated and some groundbreaking here festivities today to have to really help people with tools that are so important to the cause and the mission of Ralco. So I want to take just a minute to explain what we do here. Some of you might not know. Ralco was founded on the idea of using natural approaches to help farmers be more efficient with their input costs. Inputs like feed and fertilizer and seed. So what we do at Ralco is we do our best to develop and further technologies that utilizes our technology, our work, our products to help them to convert nutrients in a better way. And basically we help crop farmers, animal farmers to become more efficient at what they do. And this idea of using natural products to do this would have been a little bit crazy 50 years ago, but it's never been more important than it is today. The inspiration for the purchase of this land, this property, and the creation of the Innovation Center was really to advance this idea going forward into our next 50 as we continue to rethink nutrient conversion. Today we've got 21 patents at Ralco and 60 more that we're working on. So this Center of Innovation is going to be a really important part of our continued work in that area of IP and things like that. I don't know if people outside of the SMSU community know this, but as we look behind all of you here, there's about 60 acres of land that was donated by the McLaughlin estate to SMSU. So the SMSU School of Agriculture has a lot of research going on right in this area. So for us, it's a great opportunity to collaborate with the School of Agriculture and to continue to drive technologies and research forward for the farming communities. There really couldn't be a better location for us in this work. I ask you to look over here to the east across Minnesota Highway 23. You'll see our distribution center over there. We're so committed to this area, and you know, I just got to say again, the reason we are so committed to the Marshall area is because of the people that are here. And in just a few days or weeks, we're going to be beginning a construction project over there as well to add on to that place and put a brand new distribution center in, which we're also very excited about. But before I get too long-winded here, I want to speak a little bit to the naming of this Center of Innovation. When my grandfather started the business 50 years ago, he really planted a seed of innovation in the company. It's something that really impacted the culture. And my father, Jon Knochenmus, who was with him for many, many days and many, many hours on the road, really took that seed and nurtured it and grew it. And he's got a relentless belief that there's always a better way. Those of you who know my dad know that he's engaged in change. He actually sometimes has initiated change. In fact, he still does initiate change once in a while. So we love that about him. Those that know him know that he's curious. Some of the words that I see so strong in his approach is, are the words belief and curiosity and things like inventiveness. So he is a catalyst for change. As it relates to this property, this area of work, one of the things that one of our scientists said earlier this month, Dr. Russell Fent, who is the director of our swine technical group, he said this, and I thought it was so appropriate. He said, because of the intimate work here, the basic work and research that we're going to do, he said, this is where we get to do the mad science. At that moment, I said to myself, oh my goodness, how appropriate is it that this farm is going to be named after Jon Knochenmus? So without further ado, I just want to welcome Jon and Nita Knochenmus to say a few remarks as well. So put your hands together for Jon and Nita.
Well, thank you, Brian, I think. Nita was sitting there. She didn't know that she was going to be coming up here. And she said, well, what am I going to say? And I said, well, to sit up here and look pretty. That's good. This is a really humbling moment. I hope you don't mind. I did have my notes here. It shouldn't last more than about an hour. But it'll be worth waiting for. No, I'm just kidding. But the first thing that I think about with this is, number one is I'm really humbled and I'm honored to have this innovation center named after me, but I'll be the first to tell you that I realize there is not anything that I've accomplished in life that there aren't many people to be thankful for, because if you're not surrounded by good people, none of this is possible. None of this happens. And Brian mentioned the mad scientist part, and that is kind of a company joke, because I've always said to our technical team that I am the mad scientist, and then they've got to figure out these crazy ideas that I've got. And thank goodness they're patient and they're extremely smart, and we've been really blessed to have them around us. But I really believe innovation is God-given. I really believe that with all my heart. It's a fruit of observation, number one. Learned that from our one chief scientist, Dr. Hedges. He always told me how when he would go out into the field on a swine farm, he was always enamored by some of the worker bees, he'd call them, in the hog barns, just observing the animals' activities and what they do. And he said, you always learn from people that are on the ground. So it's a fruit of observation, identification, creativeness, science, and the solution. And that's a real pathway, and it's all a part of it. And this is obviously a part of that, proving it scientifically to bring it to the world. But as we're faithful to tithe, I truly believe God inspires us with that ability to see, identify, innovate, and create. And this body is made up of many members. A company is not an individual. Innovation Center is not an individual. It's a body of many members. There are many members that are involved in making this come to fruition. So, we've been always seeking to do different things differently. There's a program out on television, some of you probably have seen it, called The Chosen, where Peter turned to Jesus and he said, Master, we're doing this so different than we normally do things. And Jesus turned to Peter and he said, yeah, just get used to different. And I think that really capsulizes what innovation is. Get used to different. You have to think about solutions and problems differently. So at Ralco, over the course of my time, some of the things that Brian mentioned, my father-in-law, he was the catalyst for a product we called microbial catalyst. Back in the day, we called it Supplemix, but it was a natural product that caused a better fermentation for more utilization of nutrients. We've had the first baby pig milk replacer in the market that was successful, Birthright. We've had oregano essential oil. We've been doing essential oils, I think, back 20 years now or more. I mean, we were really the first one in the industry to commercialize it. NMAX formulation program, which is a net energy formulation system for formulating swine diets. And, there's still a lot of companies that don't believe it. Meanwhile, this is one of the reasons that Ralco has taken off and grown like it has. So we've always tried to be like Wayne Gretzky quoted. He was always skating to where he thought the puck was going to be. He didn't skate toward the puck, he skated toward where the puck was going to be. And I think that's the key to our success, is to anticipate the next solution in the market. But as I said, there's many people I need to thank, and this is not about Jon Knochenmus. Everybody that knows me knows that this is way above my pay grade. And but that doesn't mean you can cut my salary, Brian. So I have a list of people I need to thank, and first of all, I do truly, we're people of faith. I do believe that all of our good blessings come from the Lord, so I'd like to thank Him first. I do believe He's the creative force in the earth. Secondly, I am so blessed to have a wife. I'm just so not trying to get emotional here, but we've been through a lot together, and there's no way I could have ever done this without her support, and there's no way to obtain the success without a strong wife behind you. So, Nita, thank you for all that you've meant to me in the success with Ralco. You want to talk now? Okay, well, I'm going to move on because I can't hang on that subject very long, but obviously I'm very thankful. I'd like to thank the rest of our family, especially the children, for all the fatherless nights that they endured while we were building this business. Our sales force, who observes and brings back ideas and then sells and services our customers. Our scientific staff that creates and develops ideas, puts them to the test, and develops them into products and programs for the betterment of our customers. This is going to be a real hub of science and innovation and ideas, and we've got a tremendous scientific team. Our marketing team, that once you get these things all put together, there's got to be a message put together so that the public and the consumers can understand it. Again, all you have to do is look around and you'll see Ralco's marketing all over. Some of the best in the industry, no doubt. Our operations team, you can't say enough about operations. I mean, this group of people, a lot of times, they're the people that are blocking and tackling every day. Sometimes the quarterbacks and the running backs, they get all the glory, but the operations teams, they're the ones that watch over production, quality control, regulatory, logistics. They deliver the product safely to our customers, and believe me, we get a lot of positive feedback from our customers, from our service and our quality. Our customers, thanking them who put their faith in us and our products, and finally the consumer that makes this all possible. Developing this chain of blockchain, if you will, from dirt to our family's table, knowing that the food that we're consuming is safe and nutritious. So even as we celebrate this new research center named after me, for which I am humbled and grateful, you can see there are many great people that are a part of this and make this possible. And I'd like to thank each and every one of them. Ralco will always be appreciative of the support from Marshall, Lyon County, and our area. It's been tremendous, the support that we've got for our region, and we just thank each and every one of you. We're all tied to agriculture, and we celebrate all those that are involved. Thank you so much for attending and making this such a great celebration. I am confident that there's going to be many great discoveries that come from this place because of the people that are here. And I just thank you so much. And you want to say anything? Sure. All right.
I don't know if you want to give me the mic, but anyway, it's just so great to see so many people out here. Thank you so much for coming. I've been a part of Ralco, well, I was 15 when Mom and Dad started. And it's all I know. It's just my life. And John's been, so we're celebrated 50 years. He's been 47 of those. So it's a joy to have traveled this journey. It's kind of nice to be able to get to the point where it's not quite so traveled anymore. But it's been great. It's been wonderful. And I just thank you all so much again for coming. It's just pretty surreal. And this is just amazing. I just am so thankful and so grateful.
So now I have the honor of introducing the director, vice president of our technology group, to talk and have a few words about this technology center. And if anybody knows Diane Wagner, they know how she cracks the whip. All you have to do is, you should have been here a couple days ago and saw what the condition of this room was and where it is today. I'd say, man, our staff did a wonderful job, and thank you for all you're doing, Diane. Diane, let me say a few words.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. It was once said, vision is an art of seeing what is invisible to others. I want to say that again. Vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. As I reflect on those words, that statement defines what brings us here today. Where others saw a farm site with a 1970s house, aging buildings, with outdated equipment that needed a lot of work, Jon and Brian Knochenmus saw something completely different. They saw a unique opportunity for this site to become Ralco's Innovation Center, a place that will allow our talented scientists to expand the basic research we do in both crops and animals. As an innovation center, that would allow us to vet out new ideas and concepts, validate the science behind those concepts, and to commercialize the ideas to produce natural products that serve the ever-changing needs of our agriculture industry. Through their vision, they saw a location where Ralco could bring our domestic and international customers to, that would showcase firsthand the research being done on our products and the work that is being done to expand our proprietary and patented technologies. Being centrally located to our existing facilities and and the SMSU surrounding area of research, John and Brian saw a unique opportunity to bring industry and education together. An opportunity to provide hands-on experience for students across the various educational disciplines needed to support the agriculture industry. So what does this vision look like? So a lot of people have already asked, what's the plans? The house is currently under construction and will be the future home of our ruminant, microbiology, diagnostic, and chemistry labs. The design of this lab has been a cross-functional team effort with a lot of input from a lot of people. I encourage you to visit the inside. You'll see the blueprint of what the future of the house will look like, and as well as the addition that will go on the north side of the house to incorporate not only our current needs for laboratory, but also those well into the future. Part of the house, as I mentioned, is available for viewing today, and obviously the other side is still under construction and will be available at a later time. Other plans underway include a swine nursery barn that will go on the north side of the property, as well as a poultry barn that will probably go over onto the east. And that will be smaller in size. It will not be a full-scale commercial. If you see kind of our nursery and grow finished barns down in Ballatin, this will be a smaller size, smaller counts of animals, but it still gives us the statistical power in to be able to conduct our experiments on new ideas as well as explore new concepts. In addition to the research barns, over to the south, we're planning on adding greenhouses. That will allow us to conduct more research on crops, including row crops and then also high-value crops. When you look at our international markets, although row crops are very important here, as we look at our international markets, high-value crops such as potatoes, onions, tomatoes, peppers are very important to those economic markets, and allowing us to do that research here will help us support those international markets. I hope this gives you a glimpse of what basically the footprint of the site will look like in the future. As Brian mentioned, a lot of effort's gone into getting the project to this point so far, and really want to thank everybody that's kind of pitched in. As Brian and John mentioned, you wouldn't have recognized it a couple days ago, but thank you for everybody that pitched in and got the farm to the site that it is today. Lastly, on behalf of all the employees of Ralco, I want to thank the Knochenmus family for their continued investment in tools and research that support our employees. Their belief in our employees, our ideas, our technologies makes not only Ralco a wonderful place to work, but their leadership and vision is what's going to propel us into the next 50 years. So again, thank you and welcome to the new site.
Anybody thirsty?
Yes.
Well, that concludes the program. We're going to take a few pictures here with shovels if you want to stick around with for that. But I'm going to give you some permission here, okay? Be nosy. I'm giving you permission to be nosy. Just don't cross the yellow tape or the signs that say don't go behind here. But we want you to see front and center what we're about to do here in terms of innovation. So make yourself at home. There's drinks and I think some hot dogs, right? Some Frankie's hot dogs over in the shed. So make yourself at home. Welcome, and again, thank you very much.